Hi, I'm Lisa Meaches.
And I'm Ted Nolan. Welcome to the Sharing Circle.
Aboriginal people have been playing their own forms of music since the beginning of time. And just like the Aboriginals here in North America, the Indigenous people in Africa had their own forms of music as well.
It has only been in the last 100 years or so, with the introduction of other cultures to this great land, that a newer form of music has developed.
The blues was formed when the black man picked up the white man's guitar and began singing their hearts out over the injustice, unfairness, and inequalities of the day.
It was only a matter of time before the red man also picked up the guitar and began singing their own songs of protest and wrongdoings.
Billy Joe Green is one of Indian country's most prestigious blues players. A two-time Aboriginal Music Award winner and a Juno nominee, this dedicated musician has been humbly and honestly working at his craft for 3 decades, striving to be the best that he can be.
Currently working on a debut video, a new website, and new album with renowned producer Paul James, Billy Joe Green is getting ready to take on the great music industry machine once again and restaking his place on the musical map.
I got this mental. Don't ask me how I did that bliss. 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 Don't ask me how I did that bliss.
We just arrived here in Shoal Lake 40. We're going to go say hello to Chief Irwin Red Sky and the people of the community here at Shoal Lake 40.
I'm almost on my knees. This girl got some sweet evil. Release me here and place. 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 Release me here and place.
I grew up on the Lake of the Woods, Shoal Lake. We spent summers living off the land, you know, setting nets, ate fish in the summer, and rabbit and deer and moose and muskrat and beaver tail, and that's how we grew up in the old days. Yeah. Here we are, Shoal Lake 40.
Yeah, welcome home, Billy Joe.
Beautiful Lake of the Woods. Hello there. Bonjour. That's your baby right there?
Yep.
Billy Joe is going to be there. He's going to do dance on the wild race for us, and our elder brother will show him how it's done.
I remember doing this when I was little. I came here with cowboy boots, but I put on Indian boots now. One more? Okay, I need a beat. Imagine that was a good life. I knew no other life. I didn't know about the outside world from that until we got caught up in the residential school system, and then boom, we got hit with the outside world. grounds were the place of the Cecilia Jeffrey Indian Residential School, where they used to ship all the Treaty 3 Indian kids from the 40s, the 50s, and into the 60s. And it's got a pretty bad history here because it damaged a lot of lives, this place. Very institutionalized. Wasn't very comfortable here. It was kind of rough. It's where I learned not to show my feelings. And no cultural freedom here at all. Couldn't speak our language. 10 months we were here. And two months we were out, went back home for 2 months. Try to have a family life, but it was never the same after we got here. And I'm a statistic too here because I drank for a lot of years over this place, trying to forget this place. I drank for 22 years and trying to cover up the pain that was brought on by this institutionalization of our people.
Nimiga niti zoma pinjei, utinan guizes. Tapskona kak chimiga tiot, nish mainganak.
Grade 9, one summer I went to this powwow in Emo, Ontario, Manitou Rapids powwow. And after the powwow, there was a little social evening with the young people. The Feathermen came to that community to play the Friday and Saturday night dances.
Well, the Feathermen goes way back in time, way back in the 60s during they call the British invasion.
Featherman was Martin Tuesday, Morris MacArthur, Chuck Scrub, and myself.
Martin Tuesday asked me to sit in that night, and I wound up playing the entire night with the Feathermen. But I didn't think nothing of it. I just went back to do my grade 10, and I got a phone call from the Feathermen asking me if I wanted to join their band. And I said, okay, yeah, for sure. And I never looked back after that. I knew that choosing a music career was all I wanted to do.
No reason to get sentimental. No sense in begging, please. Don't ask me how I got this mental. Don't ask me how I did that bliss. 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 I know what you believe. I'm almost on my knees. This girl got some sweet evil. Release me helpless. Release me helpless. Release me helpless. Release me helpless. Release me helpless.
Music came over from England. All those hit makers. I started listening to the Yardbirds and the Rolling Stones. And now their stuff was kind of bluesy, rock and roll bluesy. They had a little bit of a roughness to them. So I decided to look into the influences of these guys, where they got those chops from. And I found out that music was American music to begin with, like Muddy Waters and Bo Diddley and English rock and roll guys adopted that style of music and put their own little twist to it. I began to learn some of the nuances of real American blues playing, and I started using that influence in my playing.
He listened to the music, connected with that music, and wanted to play that music. And there's also, you know, a connection with the Aboriginal community too. In the Native world, you look at First Nation history. You know, there is reasons to play the blues.
That's it. You know, when you're playing blues, you got to live the life to a certain extent, or it's just not a reality. You know, it's like you can't just grow up sitting on shag rugs and taking limos to school and call yourself a blues man.
It's a music format that is passed down from generation to generation, and I think Billy Joe Green in Canada certainly is one of the godfathers of the Aboriginal blues.
Very proud of Billy. I've known him most of his career and just about all of it as a blues player. I've always been very proud of the way Billy represents the Manitoba blues sound, you bet.
For this particular album, we just needed to be able to flex our playing muscle, and he let us do that.
I worked with Death Row Records and Celine Dion, Lenny Kravitz, Jimmy Buffett.
I mean, working with somebody who has that kind of experience and is that professional is just a real treat.
It takes the time to understand what you're doing, you know, and he's right with you.
My philosophy about production is that if I can make it sound as good as I can, then musicians will play their best.
It's capturing that sound. I know when you see them live, it's so raw and it's there, it's electric.
Every time I'm walking on down the street, some bad mama break up down me, stop breaking down. Stop breaking down. Stop talking about your rain, oh baby, make her lose your mind.
The blues, you know, stems from people, you know, down in the Mississippi Delta and Chicago having a tough life. You can hear the blues in that person's voice. Like they lived it, and now they're going to tell you about it.
He's done the time on the road. He's done the time in the bar scene.
What I see on stage is the real deal, and I think that's what people are hooking into, is that they can tell that he's lived that life.
How was that?
Great.
It's gonna work?
We'll print it. Billy Joe and Duras, and the three of them, are so experienced that they have this sound that you can hear the experience in their playing.
He's always surrounded himself with quality players, and you know, this band is no different. Woo!
All right. I'm jumping in.
can kind of hear, it's bizarre, but I can kind of hear Aboriginal drums. Like I'm sort of calling it native soul or Aboriginal soul.
Every time I perform, I'm showing the Creator what I've done with what He gave me. People like me have been described as lifers because it goes back as far as I can remember, and I will still be doing it the last moment I'm breathing.
Already, the big bear right here.
The Northern Light right here.
Gosh almighty, you know, we get calls all the time. The best calls coming from the grassroots people demanding that we play the big stars at NCI.
Yes, all the time.
Phone has been ringing off the hook this morning for the guitar god that he is. Love this guy.
He blew me away the first time I ever saw him.
Every time I see it, first, same thing with me. Great experience. Every time you see this guy play live, you got to check it out.
Yeah. He's so calm when you talk to him, and then when he gets on the stage, man, he just blows up.
Billy Joe Green, rockin' tune. Stop Breaking Down.
On NCI FM.
The spirit of Manitoba.
Billy Joe Green, one of the core artists, and that's an important term in radio broadcasting, core music artist.
I remember seeing Billy Joe Green, I think it was at a festival, and the audience, their mouths were open. This guy was playing. I mean, it was unbelievable.
He's like the Stevie Ray Vaughan in the native music world. And I think that pretty much sums up a lot of how he's looked upon and respected as a musician.
I always said Billy Joe Green is kind of like a cross of Keith Richards and Jimi Hendrix. If they had a baby, this Billy Joe Green would be it.
While in Winnipeg, guests of the Sharing Circle stay at the Clarion Hotel Suites and Spa, located at 1445 Portage Avenue.
The Clarion Hotel.
A friend of the Sharing Circle.
Release me here and place. Release me here and place. Release me here and place. Release me here and place.
Play it as hard as I can, and I put as much emotion into my playing as I can, and that influence from how the Ojibwe drummers and singers sing their drum songs. I take that same approach when I play guitar and when I sing my music.
When BB's playing bass, it's like his sound is coming right out of my chest. So there's a profound musical soul connection between the two of us. Because Billy Joe doesn't have to worry about what's going on in the bass. He doesn't have to worry about what's going on with the drums. All he has to do is just play. And so we just provide the surf, and his Strat provides the board. And we're out of here.
I think Billy Joe Green at this point in history, in music history in the Aboriginal world, he's definitely left a mark. And I think he's going to do a lot more. And we need Billy Joe Green. We need that blues player. We need that star.
Just keep on rocking, Billy Joe. I'm a fan. You're the man. Keep on going, man. You bet.
He has all the right qualities. He's paid his dues. It's time for Billy Joe Green to be recognized for the talent he is.
No reason to get sentimental. No sense in begging, please. Don't ask me how I got this mental. Don't ask me.